What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we are going to be having a look at some figures that I have bought recently. These are some older figures that I have gotten off of eBay. They are some holy grails, some very rare figures that I cannot wait to show to you guys. And I'm not going to really be doing my titular review / unboxing for these guys because I got them all loose for the most part, except for like one. So there will be no like unboxing, like I do with the titular videos. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it and I'll show you guys the figures. Alrighty, so the first figure we are going to have a look at is the Friday 13th Part 4 Mezco Cinema of Fear Jason Voorhees figure. Now, you guys will have already seen the review on this guy. I've already uploaded it on the channel. By the time this review or this, this haul has come out, you guys will have already seen this review. But at the time of me recording this, I have not uploaded the video as of yet. So I'm just going to take a swift look at this guy because there's already a review on it. You guys, again, we'll see it in the review. So again, this is a holy grail item. This figure goes for so much. I got such a great deal on it on eBay. The seller was selling it for $60 because the box was slightly damaged. These things go for hundreds. I've seen these things go from anywhere from $200 to $400 easy. These things are very expensive and hard to find too. There are not many people selling these figures just because of how old they are. You can definitely see and feel the age with this figure, but the knee joints are a little wacky. He comes with a bunch of accessories. So you can take his mask off. You get a nice look at Jason there. Nice ugly mug. But yeah, like I said, we've already done a review on this figure, so I'm not going to spend too much time looking at him. I'm just going to send him right there in the back. Next, we are going to have a look at this guy. This is, if I am correct, this is the McFarlane Toys Movie Maniacs Freddy from A Nightmare on Elm Street 1. Now, I actually didn't want this figure. The only reason I got this figure is because allowing me, buying this figure, it came with another figure that allowed me to get the figure I really wanted for a lot cheaper. So he kind of had to come, I kind of had to get him to get the other figure I really wanted cheap. So, but yeah, this guy's not even complete. He doesn't come on his hat. His claws are broken off. I just thought I would show you guys that I did end up getting him too. I did actually used to have this guy. I had him with the hat and everything. Everything was complete. He's a terrible figure. I'm not going to lie. The way he's posed is awful. His head is put in this weird kinked position where he's always looking off to the side. His arms are just, the articulation's terrible. He's got some blood detailing there on the leg, as you can see. It's nothing too crazy, nothing too good. Yeah, it's a pretty bad figure. I'm not even going to spend too much time talking about it. Now we're actually getting into the figures that I care about. Next up, we have another Movie Maniacs. We have the Movie Maniacs Ghostface figure. Now, again, this is the original from McFarlane Toys. He did not come with any of his accessories, which, again, I don't really care about accessories. I just want the figures, all right? Now, this is another very old Ghostface figure. He is pre-posed like this. He does have waist articulation. His waist does fully turn and rotate. He's got some arm articulation right there. His elbow also can do this swivel joint thing, kind of like what a lot of the older NECA figures did. So there's that. His other arm does the same thing. This figure's not in it's not in the greatest condition ever. But again, I just kind of got him because it's just a throwback for me, man. I remember seeing like all these guys back in the day, like Review Spot and reviewing these older figures, and I always wanted them. And my collection wouldn't be complete without them. So, but I actually really do like the head scan on Ghostface there. I actually think that looks pretty good. I think the eye shapes are really well done. And yeah, I really do like this figure, even though he's pre-posed in like a terrible position. He's supposed to be holding a phone and a knife in that hand. It doesn't really bother me though. I kind of like the staction pose. I love, the little dreads and everything. I don't know really what you would call them, but the tendrils hanging off the arms or whatever. I also like how you got like the rope piece here. You can see where he tied it. He's got the brown boots. Again, obviously this is supposed to be from the first Scream, I would assume. Would have been nice if there was a little bit of sparkle effect, but again, this figure was made in like either the late 90s or the early 2000s. So, you know, you kind of expect these things. I also do like the way the hood is, how it kind of droops off the back. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I actually prefer my Ghostface figures to be plastic. I like the plastic, like, robe over the cloth ones. I do not like these cloth robes that they do on these newer Ghostface figures. I know they're cool and it allows for so much more articulation, but I don't mind a straight, you know, set in stone figure with no articulation. If I can move his arms, that's pretty much all I could ask for. You know, I don't, other than that, like, I don't need leg articulation. I don't need to be able to bend his knees as long as they're straight. As long as they're straight. I don't need to be able to bend them or anything, so I don't mind it being in plastic because the plastic just looks so much better than the cloth does, ultimately, in my opinion. Next, we have another Mezco Cinema Affair. We have Jason from Friday the 13th, Part 6. Now, this figure is fantastic. I think this figure is leaps and bounds better than the NECA Friday the 13th, Part 6 Jason. We're going to look at this guy, and then we will do a comparison. Again, another figure that did not come with any of his accessories. I put him with the Freddy vs. Jason machete. But this guy is awesome, man. He is just fantastic. He's not entirely accurate. He's missing the machete sheath, and he's missing the knife sheath. But, you know, I think it looks awesome. Like, I love the beautiful detailing on his chest with all the bullet holes. I love the big yellow gloves he's got going on. I love the detailing and the rips in the bottom of the pants. I think that looks super realistic. The only thing that bugs me is the hockey mask doesn't really fit on him that well. You can kind of see the mouth and the chin sticking out at the bottom there. And also I'm not going to take the hockey mask off because trying to get this mask on and off is the biggest pain in the ass ever. It is kind of put on there in such a way that it's really meant to fit his face. So if you try and take it off and then put it on another way, it just will not work. So he does not come with any knee articulation, which again, I'm completely fine with. I prefer him without it. He's got a bend at the elbow. His wrist has a lot of articulation. His wrist can bend back very far. I mean, look how far back that goes. And obviously they can twist. He's got a ball jointed head. And he does have a, I guess this is like a ball joint or like an ab joint. I don't really know what you would call that, but I'm gonna put him here, and I'm gonna grab the Ultimate Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason from NECA. Got him right here. Bring him in next to the Mezco version. Now, he was just holding his spear. I had to take it out because it just wasn't all going to fit in frame. Now, when I look at these two, I just think the Mezco looks so much nicer than the NECA. I think the Mezco looks more realistic. You know, I really prefer the Mezco. When it comes to detailing, yes, the NECA does it better. He's got the blood all over the pants, right? He's got the blow dart or the paint dart things in his little sheath there. He's got the machete sheath and he's got the knife sheath. But if you just look at the bottom of the pants, right? Look how it is on this one compared to this one. It just looks so much nicer, the detailing. And it just kind of looks cheaper on the NECA version. Also, I think I like the mask a little bit more on the Mezco. You can't even see really the axe mark on the NECA. Like, what is up with that? Also, I like the head sculpt underneath so much better on the Mezco too. I ultimately just think the Mezco is a much nicer looking figure. The NECA is slightly taller than the Mezco, which is kind of expected because this has got a very wide stance compared to the NECA does. Again, I don't mind the Mezco not having knee articulation. Obviously, the NECA has knee articulation. But yeah, man, I'm sorry. I prefer the Mezco version, man. I think the Mezco did it completely right. And yeah, I just think NECA's isn't as good. But now we are getting on to the final figure. This is a Holy Grail figure. And I want to preface this before we get into it. This is real. This is not a knockoff. we have the NECA Cult Classics Halloween Icons Michael Myers action figure. This, again, is not a knockoff. This is not a knockoff. This is an actual, real NECA Cult Classics Icons Michael Myers. Now, I know they've done 4 releases of this figure. They did the Icons, which is just him by himself. They did the Hall of Fame, which came with Bob's sheet. And then they did the Evolution of Evil, which came with the younger Michael. And then they did the Loomis 2-pack, which I forget what they called it. It was the Night He Came Home box set. That's what it was. So they did 4 releases of this guy. And they're all slightly different in the head sculpt and the color of the boilers. Or jumpsuit, whatever you want to call it. Again, this guy did not come with any accessories. This is not his knife. This is actually from the 2018 Retro Cloth figure. I just gave it to this guy because, again, I don't even have that figure no more. But, man, this is... I can't explain how much I love this figure. This is my favorite action figure ever. As a kid, I always wanted one of these. And I at one point had the knockoff version. Never thought I was going to get an actual thing because these things are so damn hard. This is the figure that came with the Freddy. He was selling both of them. This seller was selling both of them for like $60 or something. And when I ordered this, I was fully expecting this to be a knockoff. But it isn't. This is not a knockoff. The way you can tell the knockoffs, first of all, the knockoffs have extremely loose heads. This head is not loose at all. Also, the knockoffs have a lot thinner faces. Their heads are a lot thinner. And there's a lot of black under the chin and the neck area. Also, the jumpsuits are a lot more black. This is more of a greenish blue tone. He has no leg articulation, again, which is fine with me. He does have this I don't even know what to call this. It's just this rotate, articulation on his arm there, which I'm not a huge fan of. He's got it on this arm too, and the head is on a ball joint. He does got slight feet articulation, not much of anything. He's got a little bit of red, I guess, red marker on the bottom. I think that'll come right off. I didn't even know that was there, to be honest. But yeah, I love this figure, man, and this head sculpt, and this lighting too, looks fantastic. I've always thought this was a fantastic figure. I really wish they would do, like, some sort of ultimate Halloween one, Michael. I just don't think NECA is able to get the rights at the moment. Hopefully they will acquire them at some point. Because, man, their original Michael was just fantastic and beautiful. So, yeah, that is all the figures I had picked up from eBay within the past week. Again, a lot of them are Holy Grail figures for me, especially the 2 Jasons and this Michael are just absolute Holy Grails. I can't wait to expand the collection even more. With that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please make sure to drop a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.